Hi, welcome back to another episode of BS with Bella, and I'm with Last Night. This is DJ Dixon over here, and I got Trey Cornish, who goes by TC3, and Jacob goes by Sticks. Welcome, guys, to the pod.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So Trey and I already had kind of like an interview already about his DJing career, but Jacob, when did you start your DJing career, and how did you create a name for yourself?
I started, it's less than a year ago actually, September is when I really started. I just saw Trey do it at some tailgates and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. So I ended up buying my own board and then I would go over to Trey's house all the time and we just work on it.
Tutoring lessons?
Yeah, I mean, I'm an education major, so I had to make something work, you know.
So I would just go over and he's like, yeah, I'll teach you, man, this is fun for both of us. I feel like it was fun just messing around and
that's kind of how you got started?
Yeah, it's definitely how I got started.
What was your first gig?
First gig was Coop. It was a Coop Tuesday. And what was wild was, I think the reason why it shot up so fast was that Tab had this big guy called Roast Drive. And he's got 50K or something on Insta. And they paid a couple grand for him to come in. And I closed down Tab at 11:45.
Wow.
So it was pure luck. So, but I think that's what really got us started.
And then how did you guys decide to DJ together?
Well, like Jacob said, I told him I got into it, and I kind of saw a lot of work ethic in him that we both thought could be really beneficial to us, and he kind of sparked the fire in me a little bit just to make some more music and kind of get some more projects out there when it came to making my own music, and then we started producing some more music. So is that good?
No, you're good.
Yeah, but then we started just making our own music, and it sounded just popped up from there because we both kind of thought we could both work together well and make something work. So
I think Trey definitely started Trey was a better when it comes to DJing,
a good influence on you.
Yeah, he was a better DJ and influence when it came to that. But then I think I brought in the whole music side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I really I sat down for 3 months last semester and I was just non-stop every day. I was just making music. So I think both when we both decided to come together, that's why we've had our little duo thing going on for such a short period of time that it's really blown up way faster than we definitely thought it would.
How'd you guys create it, the name of the project?
Honestly, he literally called, I'm driving home from I don't even know where, but I'm driving home, long drive, probably from home or whatever. And then he calls me and he's like, I have the name.
I have a name.
I have the name. And he's like, it's Last Night. It's catchy. It rolls off the tongue. And I was like,
Bet.
Yeah, I was just in the car and me and Trey, Trey knows, we were watching a show that last week. And if something pops into my mind, I just get it done so I don't forget about it. It's I'll pop open my computer and just work on music or write something down. So that name just popped into my head on the way home from Coastal. I think I was going back to Kentucky. And I was like, dude, this is the name. Do you like
Last Night?
Yep.
Last night we lit.
Almost. It's good. It's catchy. It rolls off the tongue. It's nice.
So are you guys signed together? Are you guys signed individually? Are you in the process of being signed together? Because I know you guys have your own type of individuality in the DJing industry.
Do you want to touch on that first?
Yeah, so I... Like we said before, I was always more music oriented than I was DJ oriented off rip. I think I love making music, and that's I love DJing. Don't get me wrong, but I spend a lot of time making music. So I ended up signing to a label called Plasma Pool. They're out of Berlin, and so I released my first EP with them.
What's an EP for people who don't know?
Oh God.
I would say it's a small collection of songs that you put together.
It's okay.
3 to 4 songs.
It's a smaller album.
Okay, gotcha.
And I didn't have any other workout at the time, and I literally signed that within a month of producing and making music. And then me and Trey came out with Stereo, and then that's when things really popped.
That's kind of our staple right now, honestly.
And when did you guys put that out, Stereo? Was that your first song you guys put out together?
Yeah, Stereo was our first song we put out together. We put out April?
Yeah, it was April.
Yeah, we put out in April.
And then that was the first song we sat down and made together. We made it a pregame when we wanted to disassociate and go to my room, so we just started cooking up.
Were you guys a little tipsy while doing it?
No,
No, I mean,
Really?
No, we weren't even we were just kind of just not vibing with the pregame. We just went into my room and we started cooking up.
I mean, it was sort of stupid. Like, it sort of just shows how like the smallest things can
Blow up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like we sat in there for maybe 15 to 30 minutes, and we found that piano riff, and I was like,
Run
we got to
it.
do something with this.
and
And
that
then
was the rest is history.
I think
honestly.
we built that entire song in 30 minutes. Like, obviously, we did
Really?
the mastering and
Yeah,
production,
yeah.
but the core song was done in probably 30 minutes.
So do you have to sign with companies per song? Like how? So now that is Stereo like one of your biggest hits, right?
Yeah, so I would say Stereo is our biggest song out right now. We're at like 41,000 streams on Spotify.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's been absolutely nuts. But when it comes to signing songs, you can like in the music industry, you sign songs individually. So when you have a song, you can submit it to labels to if they like it, they'll offer to sign it for you, and then you can. This is for long story short.
Yeah.
You'll get that signed if they like it. Or like when it comes to some services, they'll sometimes do a quote unquote a wait list for you.
Yeah.
So if they like your song, they just don't feel like it's either the fit for their label, or they just don't feel like you have the big enough profile to kind of pull people to their label.
They'll just take the song?
They'll shortlist you, but they
Okay.
won't take the song, but they'll say they like it and kind of just reject you. So
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like you sort of get put in, it's like a short list where they'll take like 5 or 10 songs, like however many they get a day or whatever, they take that and they're like, all right, these are the ones we like,
Mm-hmm.
and they narrow it down to probably like 1 or 2 that they're going to sign for the day or sign for that week, however, the labels decide.
What would you guys say your genre of music style is for, as a group?
honestly, we're kind of all over. I'd say we're pretty open format. So
Yeah.
like we kind of just focus on a lot of like the house subgenres, tech
Okay.
house, future house, just whatever. Like we kind of work on like a seasonal basis. So like for Stereo, obviously, yeah. If you want to fix my mic, yeah. Food for the Soul came out, which is by It's Murph, and it's a big like stutter house like that vocal's really choppy and stuff like that. So that was really in that like for that moment. So we were like, we need to make a stutter house song. Like
Okay.
that's what was trending on TikTok and stuff. So it kind of just goes in waves. What
Okay.
we're really focusing on.
And what's your guys' style individual?
I would say like I love techno music. I love like real, just like like European techno music. I love that, but I do enjoy like very simple house. I enjoy
It's house music.
Yeah, just very simple. I don't like a lot of stuff going on. Like just something you can put in the background. That's sort of my vibe. Like it's definitely like polar opposites, but those are the two that I'd say that where I fit in the most.
So you're more like house music, European vibes.
Yeah, definitely European, 100%.
Yeah, and I'm more of like the like I like to party. I like
Yeah,
to
like you
perform.
like
I to-
you'll like
yeah, like I like to
you'll
like,
mix like the hottest hits.
Yeah, like I like to play the stuff that people like to go out to. Like I obviously like the more poppy sounds, like the more like for reference like Disco Lines. Like,
Yeah.
I like his sound a lot. Like I kind of I reference my sound a lot off of him and what he does. Just some stuff like you can dance to. I like making people happy, making people dance.
How many gigs have you guys had together?
Together, we've had a solid handful
In college towns,
yeah,
right?
We've had
Okay.
a solid handful. Definitely just since we started last night, like back in September, we've done our tailgate. We've done the tailgates. We've
Is
done
that one of your
people-
memorables
Yeah, I would
together?
say it's
You guys would say.
definitely
Well, that was like I'd say that was where we really started, because I remember Trey was gone one weekend and it was like up to me to DJ. And I think
Wow,
I've been doing
big
it
shoes
for
to
like
fill.
yeah, I think I've been doing it for like a month now, so I was, very nervous. But I walked up. It was so much fun. The tailgates were always super fun. It was just me and Trey ripping back and forth, and then taking drinks in between turns. And we were always ready to go by the end of it.
Simple, simple.
What is your creative process when it comes to like mixing songs? If I said that right, mixing,
Yeah, Jake,
pressing
you-
buttons.
Yeah, pressing buttons.
I would say like for me, I'm very structure oriented, so I always start with percussion and stuff like that, lay down a drum line, or I may start with like a bass pattern. I just like the low ends more.
Do you make those sounds, or do you guys take them off like a garage band?
You can like sample stuff. You can make your own sounds. Sometimes I pick sounds from songs. Sometimes you use like samples from like Splice or like other like these are like websites that just
Okay.
have like tons of samples on them where they're like royalty free, so you can use them and like chop them
For
up.
free?
They're like royalty free, which means like it's not like copyrighted. So
Okay.
like, it's
Yeah,
if
the
I
suits
used
won't
to
get you.
yeah, if I
So
like
the
sampled,
suits don't get you.
if I sampled like a Jay-Z song or something, I would have to have like his teams like express consent to use that sound like in my song.
Oh, gotcha. So you have to use what you won't get in trouble for.
Yeah,
Gotcha. What's about your creative process over
honestly,
here?
like, I take a lot of inspiration from like stuff that happens. Like, if we go to the beach and like we have like a really good day and like all my friends are there and we're all having a good time, like I drive a lot of inspiration from that. So like when it comes to that, like just
So you're more
experience.
like you'll create music like on the day you're like feeling, oh, this would be
like
so
if
sick
I'm
to hear on the
feeling something,
beach.
like if I'm feeling something, like we had a good day at the beach, like I really want to make a day to like think about like us going to the beach, us having a good time, like going to the bar after. Like I kind of just draw inspiration from like experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But like Jacob said, like I go through the same pool of sounds and stuff like that. I find my own sounds. I sample them off other sounds and other music. So yeah, that's pretty much where I get a lot of my inspiration from.
I think me and Trey have I think we're similar in a lot of ways, but I think what makes the duo group that we have, and I think what's the reason why we're so successful at this point, because I mean it's really been 5 months since we really started last night, actually started it. We're different in a lot of ways, and we draw different inspiration, but when we sit down to actually cook something,
you guys will put the time and effort into it.
And it's usually we'll find something where it just sort of clicks with both of us, and we're like, yeah.
Well, you guys have very two similar styles from
Yeah, it's
speaking.
definitely,
But it's different, but it comes together as one.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but yeah, like we have very different styles of doing things. So I feel like his like kind of darker tone and my like kind of happier tone of like what the music we put out separately. I feel like we kind of come together on like a really good middle ground and make something that's something really different that we can release.
Are there any new technology or gears that you have to like incorporate in your sets to be like trendy? Like, is there certain like, oh, well, this is new techno sounds out, like we have to use it?
Yeah, like I was saying, like for stereo, like when trends come in, like Stutter House and stuff like that, like when it turns into summer and people want to listen to happier stuff, like we kind of have to adhere to that music, just because like you don't want to be listening to really like dark, wintry type of stuff when you're trying to like
party,
go out on a rooftop bar, or, like, go out with your girls or something like that. Yeah,
it's definitely. I think 100% of it is based on season, especially when it comes to EDM and music like that. Like you're always going to have your artists that like find their niche and like that's their thing, and they'll release darker type of music all year round. But when we're still trying to find our sound,
you can't just limit yourself to a certain group. You have to be open to like everything.
We have a song coming out at the end of this month that's like super. It's still summer vibes. So we were talking to each other. We're like, we got to get this out before summer ends because we want to have that's that niche for that song. And there's a bunch that we have in the crate that are more like, all right, it's August, like we can start ripping in September, October, start ripping some more techno.
That's kind of like my follow-up question. Do you guys have songs like in the crate right now being ready to be released? And do you have like upcoming events? Like, do you guys see yourselves doing festivals together? Like, do you guys just see doing clubs right now together?
It's funny you say that because we're playing our first festival on my birthday in Charlotte. So
Whoa!
Code Collective.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're making it out. We're making it out of the bedroom. We're making it out of the frat house.
Wow! Isn't that awesome? Though
it's insane.
It's definitely honestly,
full circle. What festival is it?
It's Breakaway Festival in Charlotte.
That's crazy, and that's a well-known too.
Yeah, no, they're pretty big.
How'd you guys get that?
So we were Jacob actually pulled up a form. I have a lot of connect, and we've been both talking to a lot of people that are involved in that festival, and they released a form of DJs who wanted to apply to play in their silent disco. So we applied through that, and then we got accepted, and then from there it was kind of broken down to a ticket sales competition.
Okay.
So before they made the final lineup, we had to sell a certain amount of tickets and use our promo code. And then also we're having.
And that's so crazy. You guys sold a certain amount of tickets to be on there.
Yeah, we have to fill out. We have to either sell a certain amount of tickets or we have to have a promotional event. So we're having a promotional event at Tongi's on September 21st. You should come. Tongi's Thursday. Be there.
Let's go.
But yeah, so we have to do that, which obviously got us a little more pull, and then we just pulled some more strings and kind of just boosted our ticket sales up a little bit, and then we got accepted.
Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
Oh yeah,
that's absolutely nuts.
I would say as a group though, like we just start. I mean, think about Envy. We have a set at Club Envy down in Myrtle on the 20th.
August 20th.
And we sold that out, and then we dropped 100 more tickets and sold it out the same day.
Wow!
So it's
that's insane.
We're at about 600 ticket sales, and we're at about 700 ticket sales. Capacity is probably about like 700 to 800. So
and I think they're gonna do just a couple door sales, and then we have like some tickets that we're gonna do some giveaways for. So be on the lookout for the gram for that one.
The gram. I'll post the giveaway.
There we go.
Do you guys have like certain artists or certain other DJ groups that influence your music, or do you have like a favorite that you're like, I'm gonna go look at what he's doing to kind of get some ideas about stuff?
Yeah, I'll start off with that because a lot of our influence has gone off people who were kind of playing the game of like people who are in like their middle ground going up phase on TikTok. A lot of the guys that we're looking off of just to see like how their algorithm works and like how they're gaining traction and how they're kind of
All about the algorithm.
Yeah, it's all about the algorithm, as you know. But like people
Yep.
for me personally, like Disco Lines, like I said, Shipwreck, all those people, even like Eli Brown's really big for like sound wise. So it's kind of different because you draw inspiration from people who you want to perform like and people who you want to make music like.
Gotcha. So
yeah,
you put certain people in certain categories for you.
For sure.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I would consider myself more like there's a duo group called More, and it's MAUR, and they have they're really all over the board, and I think that's sort of what we are too, just sort of all over the board. We make a bunch of music, but they're really, really good. They have like 900,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. They're a big time group. I'd say I draw a lot of inspiration from them, but when it comes to like sound design and stuff, I'd say Eli Brown. People who really know, like people who've been in the game for a long time. Like Eli Brown used to ghost produce for some of like the biggest, DJs and EDM artists. So it's crazy to see that.
Do you guys enjoy mostly as a group than individual, you would say? Because you do an individual and you have your...
Honestly, I would play with Jacob over playing with myself any day of the week. Yeah. I mean, honestly,
Wow.
it just makes it fun. Like you're up there,
Yeah.
like,
You're
a lot
not
of the time,
alone.
you're not alone. Like a lot of the time, DJing's fun, but like sometimes it can get really isolating with you up there because like you just like you don't realize like how many other factors go into
You're working.
DJing. Like you're like we're partying, like we're getting drunk, whatever. We're playing music that we want to hear, but we're also working. Like we have to adhere to a crowd. We have to make sure people stay in the bar. We have to make sure the bar is making money. If people have a birthday, if people have a request they want, because they always have a request they want. Always. And if you have a bad one,
No, UCLA.
if you have a bad request, just get that out of your head because that's a bad idea. But we have like things that we have to do, like obviously deal with people's requests and just management. Just
Yeah.
a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we.
It's
have to
more
do.
fun. It's like more interactive
Yeah,
than
so
just
it's
being
fun-
by
it's fun
yourself.
being with someone
Yeah,
else,
and
really.
I think we're past the point where it's just DJing. Like there's a lot of
And you guys are friends too. I feel like it was more like
Yeah.
emotional
100%.
coming together than just being like, yo, you DJ too, I DJ too. Let's
But
do
when
something.
when Trey's saying like it's not just you're just up there just playing music and getting drunk. Like there's a lot. Like we're not just trying to be college DJs. Like we're really trying to take this as far as it can go. So like with that, all the behind the scenes, the music stuff, like promotion stuff. I mean, there's not a day that goes by that we're not either putting something out on Instagram, putting something out on TikTok. Working on music together, FaceTime, and we'll have 30 to 45-minute calls every day just to get everything on the table. Like
just
that's
like,
how
what are
much
we doing
stuff.
today?
Yeah, literally. Like there's probably not a day that I probably missed talking to him on the phone like at least like once this summer.
I mean, it's an everyday thing.
That's kind of like my next question is, what is your goal? Because you are here because of your master's, and you have 2 more years here.
Yeah.
So what is your guys' overall goal with this?
Our track's kind of, we're playing it by the day.
Okay.
I'm staying. The main reason I'm staying in Conway is obviously to get my master's because I mean, like,
He's trying to be a teacher.
Yeah, I'm being a teacher and we don't get paid anything, so I got to get a master's. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah,
Support our teachers.
Yeah, support teachers. They're really cool. I mean, like me. I
Support our education.
But a big part of that was just that Jacob was here for another 2 years. Like I have a good foundation here, and obviously it was all online. So if we do get to the point where we are moving around, when we do, then, we're going to be in a spot where we can do that efficiently. And I kind of just wanted to make it easier for us to work on stuff over in the same spot.
This is like obviously everything's gone really fast from like where a lot of other people are. Like I know Tony, who's a really good friend of ours, Tony Jack, who plays here a lot. Now he's in Charleston area, but he's been grinding at it for a long time to be able to move to Charleston and like have those connections. And we've
been
really,
growing pretty fast.
Yeah, we've been growing pretty fast. So I think this is a big year for us, especially that this is going to be our last year where we're like
make or break,
like right beside each other, like 4 minutes down the road, so we can actually. So I don't want to call it make or break because I don't think we'll stop. I mean, we're still going to do this no matter what, but it's definitely like a big year for us to really get our name out there, and
just like me, we're all in the same boat.
Exactly.
We're all on the same couch.
Watch our stuff, dude. Like,
Watch our stuff,
watch our stuff, dude.
stream it.
Please.
Like, we're all in the same boat. I get it though. It's like, especially me, like being small too. It's like it is slowly growing. I'm doing a lot more numbers better on certain apps, which you probably could tell.
Yeah.
For me, it's YouTube Shorts. I feel like my numbers are a lot better there than it is TikTok. And for you guys, would you say TikTok is your best
Yeah,
numbers?
I would say definitely TikTok's growing by the
100%.
day for us. We would say we have consistent numbers going at least for a post.
And then opposed to like Instagram Reels.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I mean, like we obviously have to hit our avenues, like every avenue, because I mean a view's a view, a listen's a listen. So
Yeah.
posting on Reels, posting on TikTok, posting on our Instagram.
It's the
making sure
grind.
everything looks good. It's all part of it. It's all part of it.
100%.
It's the grind is real.
I would say like this year especially, I think we're definitely gonna grind more when it comes to like YouTube Shorts, like YouTube videos in general. Like we
I'm
have
telling you,
vendors
YouTube
now.
Shorts is like the new bandwagon because
Yeah.
I started posting stuff on there. I heard a few girls that I've had interviews with, and they actually mentioned me YouTube Shorts, and I started posting, and my numbers have been doing so good on there.
Yeah.
Crossing my fingers that it keeps going.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. Like you just gotta
different bandwagons are coming out.
Yeah, you really gotta adjust to whatever avenue's out. That's why you like when you're doing this stuff, when you're doing freelance content, when you're making your own stuff, you kind of have to be vigilant on what's out and what's popular and kind of what other people are doing. That's why you have to pull those inspirations from other people, kind of just to find your footing and see what works and what doesn't.
And your crowd, and especially now, like you guys said, you guys can't pick really out. You're kind of just to go all across the board so more people can relate to your
Yeah.
music.
Yep.
Especially where we're at right now. Like we don't
Yeah.
have the luxury. Like, I mean, people like Dom Dollar can walk up and play whatever they want.
Yeah, and be like,
Everyone's gonna
oh,
love it.
it's a
Yeah,
hit.
just,
Oh,
you know,
it's a
exactly.
hit.
But when
Exactly.
DJ, like, there's a lot. Like, you don't realize how many people would.
Would you
love
say
to
it's
be a
very
DJ.
competitive?
I would say like
There's a lot of nice people.
It's so crazy because
I mean,
DJing,
it's competitive.
like you'll find, like Jacob said, like you'll find some of the nicest people
Yeah.
DJing, but then like it's cutthroat. Like if
Yeah.
you like, especially
They're like,
take
nope.
take Coastal's college market for example. Like we go to a pretty small, medium-sized college.
Yeah.
And if you're just like you can be buddy with the next DJ next to you, but like you're still trying to take that Friday night spot.
Oh,
Like, you're
you
still trying
are.
to take that
Yeah,
Friday night
you're
spot.
you're competing to be on
you're
the.
still trying to be there. Like, but it's what the great thing is outside of all that. Like everything's still friendly competition. It's not
Yes.
going to get to the point where I mean, like I'm not going to say it's all friendly competition because the music industry is very shiesty. I'll tell you that.
Very
It's
Very
shiesty.
shiesty.
But I mean, like
Shiesty.
besides that, like I mean, it's all great guys. But I mean, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like it's a job.
Yeah, it's a job.
No, it is a job.
Well, thank you last night for coming on BS with Bella,
Of course, thank you for having us.
and hopefully we can get you guys on after your big festival.
Get our tickets. Get our tickets.
Yo, I'll be posting the
That's our
tickets. You
goal.
better go see them. Come see
our
last
goal.
night. You know, let's stream their music.
I know. Yeah, we have a new song coming out.
Yeah, new song coming
Oh,
out.
what's the release date?
End of the month.
Hopefully,
End of the month.
End of the month. End of the
Hopefully
month.
End of the month. Well, thanks, guys, for tuning in and watching BS with Bella. Make sure you subscribe and like the video and follow me on all social media platforms to keep up with my content. See you next week, guys. Bye.